Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. I have been speaking to you for the past 23 years, and we have not connected, and I've looked at that. I tried to understand what's wrong. Why are we not communicating? Why is it that you have your beliefs that have been long instilled upon you by those who have control of your mind? I understand the intellectual aspect of your view of life. The common way that we talk, if we are intellectual, very fast, quite sweeping in its persuasion. And I realize that that is not the way to communicate truth. When I hear someone who speaks quickly, rambling, and is forceful in their delivery, that is a Satanist. You find them in your evangelists, those who occupy the terminals of communication, TV, radio. You listen to their voice. You listen to the timbre of their voice, the rapidity in which they speak, the sweeping away of obstacles, which they consider you to be. So they must sweep you away, put you off balance, create the instability that is consonant with your normal way of looking at the world. As you can well see, I don't speak that way. However, I have come upon the fact that the reason I'm not connecting with you is that it's not familiar to you. You look familiarity in speech, something that you can identify with. And you are comfortable with that. You love to have storytellers whisk you away, to bring you into fantasies that you are familiar with, for you live in a fantasy world. The world of civilized behavior is such a fantasy. It's based in concepts, ideas, superstitions. And that familiarity is what you crave. You identify with it. Truth is what is. It has an energy of its own, and it cannot be rushed. You must submerge yourself with that energy and let it touch you deeply, touch the cells of your body, not in a threatening way, but in a comforting way. You are not threatened by truth. However, You are threatened by the experience of the energy that you are experiencing, and that throws you off because you look for that which is familiar to you. And for most of you, you live for the idea of truth, the graven image of truth. So I have learned by observing the reactions to my delivery, my voice, that I'm competing unknowingly with the evangelists. And the evangelists who sweep you off your feet. You see, they have control of you. I'll not play that game. I speak very simply, directly. It is inescapable, the energy that you experience of my voice. It is not hypnotic, for that is what happens when you are swept off your feet. You are caused to be imbalanced. You see, that's what happens when you listen to these popular evangelists. They sweep you off your feet. You know you're being controlled. That's a mind controller. That's a satanic mind controller. You'll not experience that with me. You will hear the calmness, the balance, the truth that cannot be disturbed. You will hear it at a cadence that allows you to listen to it deeply, to perceive with the depths of your being that which is being communicated. So, pay attention to your relationships, all of your relationships, and you will soon see why you gravitate towards certain individuals. But they do not serve you. It's just an exciting experience, a whirlwind of energy that brings you temporary pleasure because it allows for you to escape the truth of how you live. We live in a world of intellectual excitation, the highs, the lows, and we thrive on that. We take a ride, and we're not in control of that ride. Someone else is driving the vehicle of thought. Is it your thought? Or are they controlling you by their thought? That's the nature of satanic power, is it not? To take control of the energy. Call it truth. Call it belief. That is superstitious, mind-controlling, satanic mind controlling that has made you a slave to the cadence. As you can see, I don't speak in that way. I make an effort. I truly make an effort to not speak quickly so that you can savor the energy of every word, every syllable. And I recognize that these words that I use are merely vehicles for energy, the energy of truth, the energy of oneness. That is what I deliver to you, and it's foreign to you, because you're expecting the Pied Piper, those who claim to have conversations with God, instead of communicating that energy of truth that is God, being merely a vessel to communicate that at the depth of your being is within you, has always been within you, but you have forgotten it, you have forsaken it, in lieu of searching for the excitement of duality. You have sold your souls, for your souls are what I am speaking to. The stability, the oneness, the unflappability of that which is. It's within me, it's within you. We have been misdirected from that early in life when we go to schools. And we are knocked off balance of the subconscious mind, the mind of God, the mind of creation, in favor of artificial concepts, ideas, superstitions, beliefs. All of these are fictitious. They only apply to an illusory world. The true world is now, this moment, this instant. And if you pay attention to the feel of the word, it communicates the spirit that is embedded in such superficial words. However, when you listen to a lawyer, he is a manipulator of the outer world. The letter of the word, you see. And we have been trained to react to the letter of the word. That is the nature of our judicial system. Beware. That system is satanic. At the very core of your being, you are manipulated to believe in the energy of the letter of the word, without understanding that it is merely a vessel that carries with it the spirit of truth in the word. And that is what is necessary for you to regain your balance, to regain the fact that you, too, are Christ's, living Christ's, but you suffer from amnesia. You run helter-skelter, here and there, looking for that which is within you. You carry it with you in you, but you don't understand that. So you search for it, here, there, everywhere. But you search in vain, for it never connects with you, because you're looking for fantasies, for representations of the truth, when the truth is there all the time with you. But it doesn't resonate within you. You want to be entertained. You want to be lured. You want to have your consciousness taken over by someone who tells you a story, a pleasant story, to give you pleasure. Beware. Your entertainers are such. Your gurus are such. Your priests are such. The politicians are such. They all are of the dualistic world you live in, the world of hell. I come along. I'm different. You can't quite put your finger on that difference, but you know that I am different. Who is it within you that makes that determination? And why does it upset so many of you? Why do my words spark within you resistance? Clearly they are not of harm, yet you cannot defend yourself against it. Any shield of protection that you put forth to block such words from entering into you fail. My words go beyond such false protection and enter into the depth of your being, and you hear the truth. And you can't do a damn thing about it. I'm telling you that you, at the depth of your being, and I are at one. That's what you're feeling. You're feeling the conflict that resides within you, with all the various planes of consciousness that you put forth as masks, pretension, ideation, beliefs. That is what offers you security. But security from what? That's the question you should be asking of yourself. Why are you afraid? Why do words bother you? Do you understand? It's energy. You see, we are all energy. That is all we are. This body is merely a vessel that contains the energy of God within us. The deeper we are able to penetrate the barriers that we set up ourselves, the clearer we become in our consciousness. the more love is experienced. When we understand that we and those that we communicate with, we have relationships with, are one. That's what love is. It's the oneness of being, where no barriers separate, no divisions are made, no conflict is experienced in duality, for we are communicating non-dualistically. At the subconscious level, I am love. You are love. We are one. How can there be wars? How can there be exploitation? There is nothing to divide, to separate, to argue, to defend. We are that. I am that. I am. And so are you. But your mind, your intellectual mind, your satanically ruled mind, has made you believe otherwise. And so, you are conflicted. You are living in contradiction. You are living in sin. And that sin is dualistic, and the wages of sin is death. Yes, birth and death. If you are living in birth and death, you are living in the land of illusion. Not real. The real is eternal. The real is what is. The real is indefinable. You see, it is only in the intellect that definitions are important. Pay attention to the energy of this living Christ, and you will find the comfort that you seek, because the comfort is the energy that is within you, that you have ignored for so long. But now you have recovered it, and you understand it's not threatening at all. It brings you love. No longer do you experience the pain of contradiction, of separation, of division, because you are no longer in your conscious dualistic intellect, the intellect of Satan. You have found Christ. It is not within another, it is within yourself. And I am merely keying that to your attention so that you can experience it and know that you have always had it with you. God has always been with you. But you have ignored him in favor of following satanic manipulation. Look at the kind of world that kind of satanic mind control has produced. Isn't it time for change? I offer you that change. Not I. You see, I'm not separate from you. I am you. If you understand that oneness of non-duality that can only be experienced in the subconscious mind, then you will understand why you are here on this planet of Earth, the spiritual training ground, kind of a reform school to rescue you from your intellectual duality. Be quiet. Meditate on what I have said in this video. And our time together will have been well spent. Thank you.